Hi there. This is a recap video for our second blues class for February 2011. We began with some disassociation exercises.
Okay, so we'll cover just the hip ones in this video, but we covered other ones in the first video. So first of all, you want to make sure that your knees are soft, okay? And then to do this, you can try doing weight shifts. So when you do the weight shift, you want to relax your hips, and so when you weight shift, your hips will keep going after your weight has stopped. Okay, so they continue the motion. So one important thing to keep in mind is you don't want to have your butt tucked under. You want to be relaxed like this, because it'll make the movement a lot easier to do. Okay, so you can do them side to side by shifting your weight side to side and waiting after you've switched feet. You continue the weight shift into your hip. Okay, so this is side to side. You can also do them forwards by shifting your weight forward and backward, shifting your weight back. Okay, and then we can do a circle. So you can hit side, forward, side, back. And you can smooth this out so you get used to it. Okay, so then we brought this into our tap step that we talked about last time. Okay, so you step to the side and then you change your mind. So you do a partial weight shift but not a complete one. And you can bring in this hip disassociation by letting your hip continue the motion like this. Okay, so then we did this as partners. Okay, so the lead can lead the tap step, but it's up to each individual to have their hips relaxed for the disassociation part.
Remember, we could do any number of these in between our jockeying steps. And I just lead it by doing it myself. Alright. So moving on?
Yeah.
Great. So after we did this, we practiced all the other movements we did the first week. But then after that, we introduced close embrace connection. So before we introduce this in the video, we just want to remind you how to walk. So it's very important for this juke-style blues walking that we always have this athletic posture, and we keep our chest over our feet. When we walk, we push off, and we never stick our feet out in front of us. So it looks like this. We push off, collect, prep. Push off, collect, prep. Okay? And when we smooth it out, it looks like this. Got a nice rhythmic pulse every step. However, the majority of my energy is always going forward, not up and down. Yeah.
And follows, we're doing the same basic stuff as the leads are, but we're waiting for the leads to initiate it. And we want to also think about collecting our feet before taking the next step, just because it allows us to keep our own balance, so the lead can, go and switch directions without us knowing ahead of time.
Great. So with this this movement in mind, we began the close embrace connection.
All right, we started this with a hug. So we want the connection to feel like a nice hug, and then you move your arms and keep the chest connection.
Okay, so this hand, your left hand leads, right hand follows. This nice and relaxed.
And this arm is relaxed but connected. And we'll get some information here follows.
Likewise leads, you keep your hand nice and relaxed around the follows back. But you're not really holding on tight. Okay, this is just to continue the hug. So now we can begin moving back and forth. And we just don't want to let go of the hug while we move.
And follows, we think about maintaining this chest connection and waiting for the lead to make the changes in movement.
And leads, it's very important that you prep each step and you collect. This way the follows have a clear signal when you're going and stopping. Also, when you're changing directions, remember to sink into the ground and push off. Sink into the ground and push off. Yeah. And with that in mind, we did all of the movements we did first week in close embrace. Alright, so we have our walking forwards, slowing down, stopping, going back, slowing down, stopping. We had our jockey and our tap steps. So from another angle, we had our going forward, we're going back. We had our jockey and our tap steps. Next thing we did is gave you a way to get out of close embrace back into closed connection with what we call the disconnect. And so basically what happens is I pull away from the connection. So once more.
And I feel the lead moving his chest and disconnecting it from me, so taking it away from me. And it's not abrupt at all, it's just, it happens very smoothly. And the connection is transferred then from there to this arm in my back.
Okay. Leads, don't leave your arm too far out, so because the follower is going to fall back into that arm. So keep it pretty close still. Alright? So
let's do that again.
Okay. Close embrace, and I fall away from the connection. Now I close connection. Okay. And we gave you one move to do, one thing that Sara and I like to do that we call the swoosh. And it's where we fall out of close embrace with the disconnect. We transfer our weight. We bring the follower back towards us, and we lift up a little bit here. And we regain our connection, and we sink back down into the close embrace connection. So when we do it all together, it looks like this.
Alright, from one more angle.
And lastly, just a comment that you can use the last part of the swoosh to get from closed position into close embrace. So we're out here. So we step, leads onto our left, and we bring the follow in very gently, and then we sink into our right leg leads while creating the close embrace connection. Okay. Just maybe one comment for tall leads, just to remind you guys. So in close embrace.
So if your follow is much shorter than you, the follow is the one who initiates the connection here. Okay, so the follow is connecting with her chest, and wherever that happens to fall here. Okay, so here I'm connecting with just stomach, or here is ribs.
Okay, it's my job as the lead to just be there, be solidly. And if I were to say, if you're shorter than, if I were to sort of hunch over, it would disengage from the connection. It would make it sort of awkward.
It makes me arch backward, and it's not comfortable.
So for those tall leads, just remember to maintain your good posture, even when you're dancing with the shorter follows. I think that's it. So see you guys next time.